Currently I'm in Mangalore, my hometown. This place has been raining crazy for the last 5-6 days, and I've been here for more than a couple of days now. And finally, after 3 days, rain seems to have taken a break. So I am going out. You will see where, and I'm gonna ride a big monster looking bike, and I'm gonna give you a review on that bike, what it feels and what it looks like and all of it. And without wasting any time, I'm gonna drive straight away there, because I don't know when it's gonna start raining, and before it starts raining I wanna hit that place, go there, get the bike, and then start riding. So stay tuned. So here I am at the Benelli Mangalore, and I'm gonna ride the TRK 502. Here the TRK 502X, and there you have those two babies. That's the TRK and TRK 502. So I'm gonna plan to ride this one and tell you guys more about what that bike is all about. So the difference between these two bikes are, one is for the street, the TRK, which is adventure tourer, you can tour on that bike, and this is supposed to be an X version of it, which can do a lot of off-roading, is what is supposed to be done. And basically when you look at it, the differences that you will see is the road version comes with the different tires for road purposes, comes with alloy wheels, unlike here it comes with spokes. Another difference is the height. So this is comfortable for any average Indian height, which is about 5.6. Comfortably sitting, you can get your legs grounded. Unlike here, even at 5'10", people have tiptoe kind of a feeling. And then going a little more, you have the belly exhaust on this. The exhaust system is on the belly because it's for road. And then if you look at the X, the exhaust goes all the way up till the back seat to make sure it can do a lot of off-roading. But at the very first look, both of these bikes look very, very similar, and you would not be able to make out what are the differences. Now let's ride these and tell what the bike feels like. Now that's what you call an adventure tourer. If the adventure tourer was made for some country, then I can say probably India. Because of the kind of potholes and the roads that you have in India, this makes a perfect little baby for this kind of condition. And I feel adventure tourer is an Indian kind of bike. Let's go on the bike right now. Let's ride this bike and tell you more about the bike, how the bike performs and all of it. It feels heavy when you are trying to get off the stand and sit onto the bike, but once you sit on the bike, it's so comfortable and it feels just normal, like a regular bike. It does not feel any weight. Let me try to take a turn and see, do I feel any weight while turning, or is it difficult to turn this big bike? Let's take a turn. Oh, that's okay. Does not feel the way. Let's try to go 0 to 100. This is pretty fast. And brakes are pretty good also, and even when it comes to 0 to 100, it's quick. It feels really good. And what I understood from this is this can really help you when you take a nice overtake. You're doing a good speed, and then suddenly you have somebody right in center to you, and then you just want to overtake. There's enough punch on the linear side of it, and you can easily make the bike fly. So if you look at this bike, the first two gears are really good, punchy. You can feel the power, and as you go progressive on the gearing, it's a good linear, but then top end, I think it just drops. Though the bike supposed to be heavy and feels good, let's try to take this corner and see how does the weight feels like. You have a sudden drop in weight. If you're not used to such kind of thing, you will see there's a sudden drop of weight towards your right when you take corners, but as you start riding it, and you will learn, and you know when the drop's gonna happen, and you will be more comfortable handling this bike. The sitting posture is amazing. It's upright. You can sit on this bike all day long, ride thousands of kilometers and not feel a bit on your back. So that's very good. Off-road, well, I saw there was one major problem that you could identify immediately was the tank shape. Well, if you try to saddle and ride this bike, the tank is not meant for that. You see this tank, there are sharp edges here which avoids you from standing and riding, which I personally don't feel is a good feeling while you try to saddle. So that's something that I really don't appreciate or enjoy. So I felt if that could be a little better, it would be easier to saddle on this bike. So let's try to do some off-road on this and see what the results are on this bike. So this is what I was talking about. Any such road is piece of cake for this bike. It can take it easily all day long. I mean literally all day long. Well, the windscreen is really big, and for a height of my type, which is 5'7", works fantastic. But the only other drawback that I can say is this is not adjustable. It's not an adjustable windscreen. It's a fixed windscreen. Not much happening in the console. It's a nice basic console. You have the RPM meter, you have the speedometer going on in the distill, you have the total kilometer of fuel and which gear you are on, and also the time. So this is what is going on the background of the entire console. The handle is also very comfortable. It's for somebody who would like to tour on this bike. This is a perfect kind of handled and a sitting posture which comes in. Not much going on through the buttons as well. So you have the basic dim and dip indicator and the horn on this side of left side of your handle, and then the pass button. Then on your right you have the kill, power kill and switch, and then you have the start button. If you see, I'm on the 5th gear and just lowered down on the 4th, and I'm on 28 kilometers per hour, but there is nothing which stops this bike from moving forward. It does not rattle, does not make any noise or uncomfortable feeling, and feels absolutely fine. Wow, and welcome back to Weekend on Wheels, and I'm today in Mangalore, a cloudy Mangalore. It's supposed to be raining. I waited for more than 4 days to get hands on this beauty. I went to Benelli Mangalore, got the TRK 502X, the extreme version of off-roading machine, which is offered by Benelli. And the scenery here, it was supposed to rain, but then it didn't rain, which is good for us, and that's why we are out today testing this bike. I'm going to review this bike from the riding perspective, so I'm not going to talk too much of technical or the spec. Hundreds of websites, hundreds of people have spoken about the entire spec of the bike and all of it, so I'm not going to talk anything about that. But what I'm going to talk is, should you consider buying this bike? One, and then what are the pluses and minuses of this bike? And let's start straight away with the pluses and the minuses. And let's start doing that. So first I'm going to talk about the entire looks of this bike. This is a stunning looking bike. Any time of the day or night you take this bike out, you will have 10 heads right turning onto you and giving you a second look, because this looks completely unique. The right pointing out gives it a nice masculine look, which makes it absolutely majestic. And followed by that is the entire frame of the bike. It's been designed for a proper off-roading. Okay, so there's one point which I want to talk right away. I would not say negative, but for an Indian average height, which is 5'6" or 5'7", this may not be the most friendliest bike. I'm using the word friendly. The reason is, if a guy who is skilled enough, height does not matter. So let's be very frank about that. So you're a skilled enough rider, irrespective whether you're 6 foot height or a 5.4 or 5.6, does not matter. You can handle this bike completely well. But for an average rider, somebody who is not used to doing tiptoe and all of it, he might find it difficult to get onto the bike. I'm 5'7", so I did have a little bit of issue. I have tiptoe. One foot is flat and another foot is slightly tiptoe, is what it is. But then I just enjoyed the bike. Yes, so coming back from there, the design part of it is very well designed. And if you look at the exhaust comes completely on the top, right near the pillion seat. That's purely because of the off-roading capability of it. Also has a nice ground clearance when you look at the belly as well to the floor. So that's another key point of this bike. And then to make it more off-roading, so it comes with spokes, massive chunky spokes on the front wheel and the back wheel to make sure it is off-road ready. Even the tires are different, so the tire comes with a proper off-roading, or you can say a dual sport kind of a thing, so where you can tour on the highway as well as for off-road. So similarly on the back. Also look at the suspension. This has a nice long travel suspension as against the TRK, which has a stiff suspension. That is purely because somebody who likes to just tour on the road and do a nice travel on the road is for them, and for somebody who likes to do a little bit of off-roading and enjoy, you have this one which has a long travel suspension. Let's talk about the braking. So this comes with ABS braking. The best part is you can switch them off, both for the front and the back, when you take off-road, to get those little drifts and side movement, what you want to do. So that's the best part of it. I haven't ridden this on the night bit, so I can't comment anything on the light right now. So I'm gonna leave a description on the bottom talking about the light once I get to ride this in the night, so that you know exactly how the headlight feels like. Let's talk about the weight of this bike. This is a stunning 235 kilos weight, which is a lot. I mean, which is a lot when you look at that number in the paper. Or if there was a mishap when you are doing off-road and you had to drop the bike, or you drop the bike, these couple of hands may not help you. You might need an extra couple of people coming and helping you to lift this bike. Yes, you have weight onto this bike. But if you consider this for a bike which is touring and the sitting position, it is a super comfortable sitting position, upright. it feels good when you're riding this, and you can ride this all day long. Unlike any other bike, where after a couple of 100 kilometers you might feel your back or you might feel your shoulder because the way the handle is a very comfortable bike. And with the gears that they've given, the first two gears feels really punchy. You have a nice little punch when you ride, and when you're off-roading, probably that's the gear which you're going to use most of the time. Third and fourth gear is nice linear power which comes in, and once you hit the fifth and sixth gear, the top end drops down compared to the initial gears. So I was showing you a clip where I was at 28 kilometers per hour and I'm at fourth gear, and I'm still able to throttle it, and the bike can just lift it and go forward. You will never feel jerkiness or it's going to stop right away. Nothing at all. It just takes it very smooth. So that is the kind of power I'm talking about. So let me tell you a little bit about pillion comfort. The pillion seat also is very comfortable, and I had somebody sitting right behind me and telling me that the pillion seat is also extremely comfortable too. If you're a couple who love to travel and ride along together most of the time, so your partner or your better half or your girlfriend or anybody who sits right in the behind will never have a problem or will never complain, unlike other bikes. They will be more than happy to be with you, to ride, to crunch those miles as long as you want to ride and enjoy the ride. Now let's talk about the verdict. Should you buy this bike? Let's talk about the competitors before I say should you buy this bike. You have the Versus 650, then you have the Tiger 800, and then you have the V-Storm, Suzuki V-Storm. Compared to all of these, I would say for the value that you get, this would be my preference. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to make sure you get an update every time I have a new video uploaded. And guys, do not drink and drive or ride. Be safe and be responsible. And I will see you guys for now. Bye bye. Have fun.